Hey guys, welcome back to another video. In this video, I will be switching things up a little bit and running a league with Golgari Hogaak, and this is the list that I'm playing. I originally got the list from the pilot Ella1, who was tearing up the leagues and just online gameplay in general with this Hogaak list, but I made a few changes. I swapped a Fatal Push for a Snuff Out in the main deck. That's the only change in the main deck. And then in the side, instead of playing Lane Line, I'm playing for Endurance. And I think that might be it, actually. Just swapping the ley lines for endurances. So yeah, it ended up being a 4-1 league. I'm happy with the result. We ended up losing the trophy round to Cradle Control. And yeah, the only thing that I could think of for like my next league with Hogaak is to play like a fourth Fatal Push in the 75. Um, just like a little bit more removal, or maybe even like swap one of these edicts for the uh, the fourth Fatal Push in the 75, or yeah, I'm not sure. Something along those lines. A little bit more removal. Edict is not that good versus Cradle Control, and I wanted like a little bit more removal. But yeah, anyways, let's get right into it. Round one, we're up against Dimir Tempo, Pilot, uh, 3 Nether Goyf. Okay, so I've played very similar lists. Only 3 Fatal Push though. And doubt the Voidwalker is something to be worried about post board. Here I'll mull. This hand I'll keep. I'll put back the Talon Gates. Swamp, Moon Shadow. Moon Shadow resolves. Let's see if they're actually on Dimir. Underground Sea, Thoughtseize. So they'll take the push here. We draw a Stitcher Supplier. We might be able to cast the Hogaak. Okay. Should have fetched there. Mistake on my part. Oh, especially because they could have Bowmaster. Wow. That was a huge fuck up. So embarrassing. Wow. Forest. Once upon a time. Okay, so we'll get the white. All right, let's Thoughtseize. Okay. All right, let's take the Force of Will. Yeah, I should have a Moon Shadow here. The fact I don't is just really bad for me. But if I can get this Hogaak to land, I'm feeling pretty good. They don't have a whole lot of main deck answers to it. From what I can tell here, the Brazen is in the side. They can't push it. They can't snuff it. They could like do some stuff with like Kaito. Their two Thoughtseizes are pretty much dead right now. So I want to draw like any creature, really. So we do not draw a creature. I think let's just pass here. Low state. I don't have a creature to bog them. They'll surely find like a fatal push or something. Wasteland, no. Let's hold off on tapping that land. Draw another Wasteland. Push. Once upon a time. Thoughtseize. Land. Land. Okay, now I feel pretty good about where we're at. White is online. We can get Talon Gates. We have a creature to sack. We have a Hogaak. That's hard for them to deal with. Okay, here is Tamio. They do wasteland us. It's Once Upon a Time here. And they have Thoughtseizes in their hand. So I guess we just take a Dryad Arbor and play that. Yeah, that's fine. All right, Hogaak got there. So push Edict. Talon Gates. I like this hand. Turn 1 Moon Shadow. Turn 2 Bowmaster, maybe. The only thing about turn 1 Moon Shadow is that they could Bowmaster it. But it is what it is. It'll grow my white. I was happy to um, draw Misty Rainforest here because uh, being able to have basic forest and mountain against this wasteland deck is a pretty big deal. So here's the Bowmaster. That is fine. I think that here I'm just gonna main phase a Bowmaster. Pass. Drew another land, which is okay. I'd rather it be like a Hogaak or some sort of removal. Alright. It's a 2/3. Um, we'll take the 1. Okay, nice draw. No Hogaak. It was 3 Bargoyf, right? 2 Bargoyf. Oh yeah, the Dothy Voidwalker. Alright, they play a Scalding Tarn, crack Scalding Tarn. Okay, here's the Voidwalker. Two mana flow state. Okay, 1 card flow state. think I'm just gonna go for a bunch of damage right here. I can't block the Doughty Voidwalker anyway, so if they have Kaito, it's gonna come in. They could even hardcast it. All right, we got there. GG's. Round 2, and we're on the play. Did not see any results for this opponent. I'm going to mull this hand. Triple Hogaak is pretty awkward. Okay, I like this hand. I'm going to keep this. Probably put back a Stitcher Supplier. So let's once upon a time here dig for a land. Did find a land. There's a Hogaak right on top. Yeah, so let's get a land and then I'm gonna Thoughtseize them. Maybe they have like an Aether Vial. They don't have an Aether Vial, but they do have a Swords. So let's take the Swords. And we'll pass. Play a Plains. Alright, we'll play a Moonshadow here. They could draw a Bowmaster. It's gonna do it now. Let's get a basic Swamp. They play their Vista. They'll probably pass here in Felia. Draw Hogaak. It's kind of bad in this matchup. Since they have Caracas. I think I'm just gonna pass here. Interesting. Is this mono white? They play at Plains. Okay, Recruiter of the Guard. That's fine. Let's see what they get. They get Solitude. I think here we got a white. Should we once upon a time to try to find another land? Probably not. So let's cast the white here. One, two, three, four, 5, 6, 7. Their deck has so many ways to get rid of Hogaak. Caracas, Solitude, Swords. We do have a Wasteland though, so if they play a Caracas, we can Wasteland it, and then down the road replay the Hogaak maybe. Pretty far off though with our graveyard empty here. Alright, here's the Solitude. Solitude, pitch Felia. They get rid of the white. Moonshadow grows. Here is a Flicker Wisp. Two mystery cards. They get another Solitude. I'm just gonna attack. I know they can double block and Solitude Hogaak, but then everything's gone. Three, four, sure. Oh wow, the Hogaak connects. So it is Orzhov. Okay, they put Yorion in hand. Okay, they pitch it to Solitude. Go to 27. They're at 9. Yeah, I think I'll just wasteland them. I just need a green source. Colorless mana is not that big of a deal. And keeping them off of 5 mana is kind of a thing. Draw Snuff out. For a non-land card, that's actually not the worst card I could draw. Okay, Aether Vial. Alright, give me a forest or a fetch land. Nope. Alright, I've had enough. Okay, got Talon Gates. Push. Alright, I'll do it like that. We did not see a Caracas, but I know there's 4 of them in there. Okay, so no black source is a mole. This hand I like. Probably put back the Wasteland. Keep Wasteland. Done. Alright, let's see if we can snag their Aether Vial with a Thoughtseize. Swamp. Thoughtseize. There's the Aether Vial. Okay, we'll take that. Okay, they kept the 1-lander. I know they have a road, but I am going for the basic forest here. I know they have Wrath of the Skies. I want to use the ability. There's no more lands, but just to be sure. Erode. Alrighty. Safekeeper. Alright, they Solitude, Pitch Wrath. Nice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Their hands Felia Thoughtseize, and now 3 mystery cards. Alrighty, we got there. Anything I want to change? Bowmaster, not so good. Got a Bowmaster or an Edict. We'll do that. Alright, I'll try this hand. For those of you that don't know, I do play a bit of Death and Taxes in paper, but I've never played it in an event. I usually just jam it on Wednesdays with some buddies of mine. All right, let's Thoughtseize first. Okay. There's the Caracas. So we'll take the Overlord and pass. Okay, here they surveil. Their hand is Caracas, Double Solitude, and Erode. Here's the Caracas. Okay, they put the Formalware in the graveyard. They cast Aether Vial. Okay, let's play Moonshadow here. Let's get basic Swamp and play Stitcher Supplier. there's the Hogaak. 1, 2, 3, 4. But they have a Caracas. So, but it is there. If I can get around to wastelanding them. Erode. Yes. Wait, what? Where is my basic forest? Oh, I milled it. Yeah, comes with the territory of putting cards off the top of your library into your graveyard, I guess. Alright, Aether Vial goes to 1. They play Arid Mesa. Okay, here they're surveilling. Once I get a bunch of lands, the Safekeeper can probably be pretty annoying for them. But in this specific scenario, I don't care too much about this Safekeeper. I would just let it die. I have another one in my hand. Wow. Okay, Solitude pitch Solitude. They did put a card on top. Okay, Recruiter the Guard. Alright, I'm gonna play the Hogaak here. Tap the Bowmaster and the Safekeeper. And then play a Dryad Arbor. Choose attackers. No, I'll go to the end step. Here they're gonna violin the Stoneforge. Let's see what they get first. They get Meteor Sword. Oh wait, it just costs 1. Let's get rid of Caracas or the Aether Vial. Probably the Aether Vial. So yeah, so let's Beseiju the Aether Vial. They get a Scrubland. So now they can kill something. Let's see what they decide to try to kill. I do have Safekeeper in play though. Okay, so here they bounce the Hogaak. I think I'm just gonna let it happen. If I draw a Wasteland and I can get rid of the Caracas, one, two, three, four, five, six. All right, let's play a Safekeeper. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. Convoke, 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 convoke. Play the Hogaak. All right, let's see what they target with the Meteor Sword. They target the Hogaak. I could give it Shroud. Moonshadow's gonna grow. But then I need to give it Shroud again on their turn. but by then I can swing for 8 plus however big Moonshadow gets, probably at least a 3/3. So I think I'm gonna give it Shroud here. Skyclave on the Moonshadow. Let's give it Shroud. That way we're gonna attack for a bunch. So they would take 13 here. I think so. Let's just try to max damage here. Okay, they block Safekeeper with Stoneforge. And Orc Army. Combat damage. Moonshadow grows. So they're at 3 now. One, two, three. Do I give it Shroud? I think I will. Moonshadow grows. Alright, Moonshadow has reached the adult stage. +3, +3. Okay, they put Yorion in hand. Maybe they drew Solitude. Nice. Alright, we got there. GG's. Round 3, we are on the play, and I see some Dimir Reanimator and Dimir Tempo, so let's see what they got going on. I will keep this hand. Let's get basic Swamp here and Thoughtseize. Okay, so this is Dimir Tempo. Hmm. I think I'm gonna take Tamio here. Okay. Uh, they could draw Bowmasters, but they have a Wasteland in their hand. I think I'm just gonna not crack this Verdant Catacombs just yet. Do I want to push the Tamio here? I think I do. They played out their land, so I know they're not going to Wasteland me this turn. Get Bayou. And Fatal Push. They force pitch Flow State. Okay, that's a good draw. I think that here we definitely want to Wasteland them. So let's play the Wasteland and I think I'm just going to main phase the Bowmaster and then Wasteland them. Drawing the basic force was very nice because if they choose to Wasteland us, then we have a basic forest to have both our colors. All right, they attack, make a clue. All right, let's play another Moonshadow. And then let's play a white. All right. Edict, push. Talon Gates. Thoughtseize, Stitcher. Got a Once Upon a Time and a Safekeeper. Alright, let's try that. This hand is pretty bad, but I think I'm gonna keep this. Let's see what they do here. They thought sees this. Okay, I am gonna wasteland them. Here, I'm sure they will get a basic. Bowmaster on top. Let's see if we can get this Hogaak down soon. So they either don't have another land or choosing not to play it. We're super telegraphed that we have Bowmaster, but I think it's correct to they may have their own Bowmaster, but they would have to fetch a Bayou. Okay, so what we'll do here is play the land, play the Moon Shadow. One, two, three, four. So let's fetch here, get out of Bowmaster range, and then let's force a will check them. So yeah, I'll just get basic swamp. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Nice. So they know our hand. They know our hand is double wasteland. Petty theft. Pretty good. All right. They attack because they're not going to be blocking. Makes sense. All right. So play a wasteland and play a white. Wasteland them. Attack with Moon Shadow for 3. The hand we kept was so ridiculous. It was 5 lands. 3 of them were wastelands and a reclaimer and a Moon Shadow. So, anyways, ended up getting there. GG's. Round 4, we're on the play, and we're up against a Lurentel. I see they play 1 Emrakul, 2 Omniscience. So, this is a 4-lander. I will keep this though. It does have a once upon a time to find some kind of action, and it has a Thoughtseize, most importantly. So let's once upon a time. I think we want a Moon Shadow. Do we lead on a Thoughtseize? I think so. Oh, whoa. Okay. They can keep the Thalia. This one's a bit away, even though it's the biggest threat. Anointed Peacekeeper is pretty annoying. Solitude. Yeah, I'm gonna pick the Solitude. Okay. Maybe we put down the white. Feels weird to not play the Moon Shadow first, but I think I want to get the white into play. They do have a Wasteland. Yeah, they have a Wasteland, so I'm going to play the white. Ancient Tomb. Peacekeeper. Let's see what they pick. Okay. Uh, all right, let's pass here. Okay, they pedal. All right, they play the Dungeoneer. They take the initiative. Okay, we play the Bowmaster, some creatures to sack to white, except it costs 2 mana to activate. This white costs 4 mana to cast. Yeah. So let's Once Upon a Time here. Stitcher Supplier is interesting because it can make my white and Moonshadow bigger. I'm gonna get a Reclaimer. All right, here I'm gonna pass. Forge. They're going for the damage. Chalice of the Void. And then I go to 5. So I'm just dead pretty much. Okay, here's Thalia. Don't think I can win. All right, let's scoop. Chalice of the Void. Edict. Talon Gates. Cut 1 Safekeeper. Bring in a Force of Vigor. Push. Maybe we just get rid of the Thoughtseizes against a Chalice of the Void deck. They probably have Caracas. They look like mono white. So maybe Hogaak is terrible, but could be a way to find a win. Squeeze out a win before they get their engine going. Maybe I should just not bother with the Force of Vigors, but Chalice is just so good against me. All right, let's do this. All right, I'll keep this hand. get basic forest, safekeeper. Alright, here's a Chromox. Witch Enchanter. Okay, here's an Archon. I mean, not Archon, Clarion Conqueror. Okay, they play a basic plains. So we want to draw some removal here. Nice. Sheltered by ghosts. Okay. Got there. Let's see if they kept their 7. They did not. I will also mulligan. Uh, yeah, we can keep this. Put back one of the Besagers. Play Ancient Tomb. Chalice on 1. Draw Wasteland. Yeah, I think I will Wasteland them here. They only have 4 cards in their hand, so the possibility of cheesing them is not 0. If I had a green card in my hand, I could Force of Vigor them. Peacekeeper. Force of Vigor. Wow. Okay, we draw another one. Have we cast a spell? We have not, so I think I'll keep that. Okay, play the Besaju. Alright, let's get Stitcher Supplier. Alright, let's Force of Vigor them here. If they play another Chalice, it's going to be pretty bad for us. Okay, we'll play Safekeeper, Moonshadow. Moonshadow goes to 2/2. We get a Bayou. Play Stitcher Supplier. Let's see if we can find a Hogaak. We don't find a Hogaak. Yes. All right, we got it. GG's. All right, round 5. This is the trophy round, and we are on the draw. This looks like a green pilot. This is from about 2 months ago. Traxa and Craterhoof. 3 Springheart. 2 Wasteland. All right. Sure. We can keep this hand. Okay. They cast a Once Upon a Time. They reveal a forest. And they Green Sun. Draw Thoughtseize. Alright, I think here we take a Moon Shadow. And let's Thoughtseize them. See what they got going on over there. Whoa, main deck Rampaging Yao Gao. Yao Guai. Well, gotta take the natural order, but the Grist is very annoying. Yeah, so we'll take the natural order and pass. Okay, they choose not to play the Grist. Oh, they didn't have another. Oh, they do have an untapped land. Interesting. Okay. Alright, let's play the Moon Shadow and Wasteland them. And then we'll pass. Wonder if here they'll play the Grist. Okay, they play the Grist. Okay. Hogaak is interesting. Alright, let's just play white here. They mill a Cradle. Okay, their own white. This is a 4/4 though. Okay, so here play the Moon Shadow. Get a basic swamp. play Stitcher's Supplier. And let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nice. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2. Attack Grist. Okay, they have a Cradle here, so they could natural order. Okay, they cast Once Upon a Time, so their hand is just this rampaging Yao Guai and whatever they find. They find a Badger Mole Cub. Stitcher Supplier. Moonshadow goes to 4/4. Mill some cards. White goes to 7/7. And then here. Ooh. We milled the Talon Gates. Maybe we just bog them here. Or we surveil. I think I'll bog here. Okay, Moonshadow is going to be doing a lot of damage. Interesting. Okay, and then they bug us. Bowmasters. So let's Once Upon a Time here. Maybe we just want to land. Okay, we'll do 9. So they go to 10. And here we just pray they don't draw natural order. Draw Cradle. I see. So this can be pretty big. So 7 mana. So it's a 6/6. Alright, so I think I'm going to go for the white here. I know they can sack a creature. I can also Talon Gates, but I'm going to force them to tap the white here. So this guy has Vigilance Trample. At first I was not too worried about him, but now I am. Alright, so here they surveil. Okay. Moonshadow's already full size. Okay. That's a bad draw. Guess we just attack here. Hold the land. They draw a creature, we're probably dead. Six damage. Alright, I'll block here. Go to 3. So now we need to draw removal. I think we're just dead. Yeah, because of this guy's trample. Alright, we'll concede here. So loot. Edict is not that good. You know what? I think I do want the Bowmasters for their little mana dorks. Maybe we can cut one Safekeeper. One Stitcher. And then one Beseiju. Once upon a time. Okay, I like this hand. Get basic Swamp and Moonshadow. All right, let's Thoughtseize here. I think we take the let's take the Safekeeper. Gates. Badger Mole. On the Talon Gates. Okay. All right, let's name natural order here, and then we want to draw a creature so we can play the Hogaak. Or even like a wasteland or something to wasteland ourselves. But it might be better just to save it for their cradle. So now they're holding up endurance. So now they'll cast the endurance. Which is unfortunate, but is what it is. So You know what? I'm just gonna take the threat here. All right, there's the cradle. Here's the once upon a time. Grist. Pretty good. So they get rid of the moon shadow. I could have cast the Hogaak there. I think I messed up. Grist. Grist. All right, here we have to block. All right, Reclaimer's online. Let's try to get this Hogaak in here. So let's see. 1, 2, 3. 5, 6, 7. Or I can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. One, two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So natural order costs 7 mana. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, so if they draw natural order, they can definitely either win with a Crater Hoof or get an Atraxa into play. Okay, so here's the natural order. Unless it's like a green sun for something. No, it's a natural order. Okay. Is it Atraxa? No, it's Crater Hoof. 11, 17, 9, 8. Alrighty. GG's. There you guys have it. 4-1 league. Pretty happy with the results. And yeah, catch you next time.